Is that okay? Am I okay there?
Yeah, you're good.
Location-wise?
Yep.
Send me your location, babe.
Oh, what? Let's go.
Okay.
And 5, 4, 3, 2.
This is the Elevated Grapes Podcast.
Elevated Grapes Podcast.
With your host, Sethi.
Your host, Sethi.
And Stylist Rashi Bindra.
It's time to get started.
Let's talk fashion, shall we?
Welcome to Elevated Grapes. I am your host, Sethi.
And Stylist Rashi
Did you
Bindra.
like my countdown today?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Do you want some noodles?
No, I don't want some noodles. You can have the noodles. I have my wine. Nab has his wine. You have noodles.
I have noodles because I'm
And
not
that's how
having
we
wine.
go. So, today is fun because we get to talk about fashion and we get to talk about style and we get to talk about Valentine's Day. And we're going to take a different approach on it. Usually it's like, where are you going to go? What are you going to get for her? And it's all about like, where is he going to take me? What am I going to wear? Na. But today it's about the guy. It's about what does a guy wear for Valentine's Day?
Yeah,
And
man,
what's
please dress up. Look nice.
What's an appropriate outfit for a guy? Are you actually eating in the middle of our podcast on camera?
I'm hungry. And since we just did a podcast last week
Now,
about
should you hide your
eating.
face a little bit more, or what do you think?
Yeah, no, you're good.
No, and just because, okay, we did a episode on eating.
I understand.
I am hungry. It so
But you
happened.
told specifically to eat before our podcast started, so you had time.
But we got delayed and I ate early morning. So I was hungry.
So Rashi's going to be eating throughout the podcast if she slurps or chews loudly.
I don't chew loudly. It's noodles.
Well, you're going to be the judge of that because you're listening to her chewing right now. So now she may not eat. I don't know.
I'm laughing, not chewing it.
She may chew loudly. In which case, we'll have to somehow edit out her chewing, which I don't even know if it's possible.
Let's focus, please.
Anyway, so back to the topic at hand. Gentlemen, February is not necessarily a treacherous month for you because you got to figure out all these Valentine's Day plans. I think you should have some fun with it. I think you should take that opportunity to find a way to wear a new outfit, maybe go get yourself a new outfit so you feel good about Valentine's Day as much as your significant other does.
I actually think Valentine's Day is actually very commercial and very stressful.
It is, but you can have fun with it as a guy. It's an opportunity for you to explore and do something fun with your fashion too. So we're going to talk about a few different things and talk about how you potentially dress, but I think it's all based on or a function of what you're doing for Valentine's Day. So obviously there's just different options. You could be going for a romantic dinner, you could be doing a group thing with some couples, you could be just doing a daytime thing, you could be doing something after work or like an early afternoon. So you got to look at your situation and figure out how to dress appropriately for it and what the right fashion options are. So we will post a couple of links where we, some of the ideas that we got, but I mean obviously some of this is going to be our own. So there won't be links for that, but just some of the ideas that we got so you can see some visuals for some of the things that we're talking about. So let's first ask Rashi a question. If a guy was taking you out, where would you want on Valentine's specifically? I'm not talking about just any random time. Do you want something romantic? Do you want something in the daytime? Do you want something that's more active and fun? What would your ideal Valentine's Day be?
Well, it definitely has to be fun and romantic. I want that fun element in the romance.
So does fun mean to you you want to go rock climbing, or does fun mean to you do you want to do like dinner with some sort of activity?
It could. It really depends on our situation. But I'm the type of person I'd love a really fun activity then that leads to a nice dinner type of thing.
I took this girl rock climbing, and then after that we went to dinner. We were a little bit sweaty, but they had showers there so we could shower. But I told her you got to dress appropriate for a physical activity like you're going to the gym, but you also got to bring something
nice to change after, yeah.
Because we're going out for a dinner afterwards, and she's like, I don't understand how to comb my hair or dress for this, and she's like, is my hair gonna get sweaty? I'm like, I can't explain this stuff to you.
So how did that turn out?
Oh, it's phenomenal. She had a blast. So we're also not together, but that's okay. Not because of that. But anyway, but my point is, so my question back to you. So you want to do something active, but also something romantic.
Yeah, I want I personally would like the entire plan to have that romance element into it, but I've just never been one of those girls who loves the basic romance. I love that.
Just a dinner like everybody else would do, or the dozen roses.
Yeah.
That's, and we're gonna get into the fashion, but what's your thoughts on this whole dozen roses scenario?
I mean, I do love flowers. I do love roses, but I'm not big on the whole dozen roses type of thing. I mean, I actually like blue roses more for
Cool.
some reason. So just even a hint out there to my fellow
So the gentlemen
admirers.
that are listening, that are maybe DMing Rashi after this podcast and trying to take her for Valentine's Day, maybe send her a picture of a blue rose, and maybe it'll help.
Really?
I
Just
don't know.
just
So start.
just a
start.
photo?
Get your attention.
come on.
Come
on.
They gotta get into the door first. To thank you. You gotta start somewhere. Okay, so let's talk about that. So let's just assume for a second that you're taking your date out on something that's going to be a little bit active,
Yeah.
and also have a romantic dinner component to it.
Yeah.
So obviously you want to dress the part to be able to cover both
Right.
both types of events. Now that may require 2 outfits,
And that's totally
which
fine.
is fun, and which is fun too, because then you're also giving an opportunity for your partner to have some fun with their outfits too.
And personally, that's what I like. Like, I love it when a guy puts that much effort into his appearance. I mean, see, it's very simple. If you're gonna put an effort in planning a very nice evening or a very nice day or a day that leads into an evening, you're putting so much time, energy into this. It's also great to put that time and energy into your looks. It's fun.
So let's
You know what I
talk.
mean?
So now, again, depending on the type of activity, but let's just assume you're going into something that's active. Like, say you're going to, I don't know. Let's just say, for example, there's a wine festival, and then you're going to go to a dinner after. Right. So that could be fun for both of you. Just gentlemen, be careful. Don't get hammered at the wine festival. You can't function afterwards, and you can't take the girl on a date because that's stupid.
Yeah, don't be sloppy on that.
Don't be sloppy. Have some fun with it. But let's just say that, for example. So, I mean, you could do one of two things in these scenarios. You can either build an outfit that can that can work for both. It may not be the best choice because it may be uncomfortable, and maybe it may not be the most appropriate for the dinner afterwards. But my recommendation in that scenario, let's just say you're doing something like that, where you're doing an activity that's going to be fun and interactive, is to have 2 separate outfits planned for your evening, and obviously advise your date at the same too, so that they know, okay, something that's a little more active, a little more comfortable, and then something and functional, and something that's a little more
Yeah.
Dressed up. Afterwards.
And girls, they do need a lot of we need a lot of
let's
prep
hear your
time.
thoughts on this. So, a gentleman takes you to a wine festival as an example for the beginning of the date. And this doesn't have to specifically be for Valentine's, but we're assuming that that's the activity you're doing. What do you want him to dress like, or what do you recommend for him to dress like at that part of the evening?
I want you to be well dressed, obviously, but I also want you to be comfortable. Like, don't be like formal. Don't be semi-formal. Don't be formal, because wine festivals, we are usually walking around, we are sampling.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We're talking to people, and so if you're comfortable and you have like a sports blazer maybe, and like just like jeans or just a nice sweater or you know, like, you'll be fine, and you'll also feel relaxed. So we'll have fun when it comes to these sort of activities, right? But if you're like semi-formal and if you're all like a bit stuffy, then it kind of shows, and you won't get to be relaxed and enjoying something like that.
So we're gonna get a little more granular with this. But if you're doing an activity first, my thought is don't do the formal thing. I agree with Rashi on that. Don't do the blazer, and I should do. You should do a blazer for that, something like that.
Sure.
You know, I think having the trendy casual look for that activity, that type of activity, would be appropriate. So if, for example, you're wearing, maybe, and I think there's a couple of pieces you can put into the beginning part of the outfit that you can probably use a little bit later in your formal part of the evening too, and just when you're interchanging some parts of the outfit. So, for example, like if you want to wear like a thinner cotton wool blend, for example, crew neck sweater, or maybe a turtleneck, with, for example, a pair of either chinos or printed, like a plaid pants or something like that, with a little bit of, you want to have some fun with it, it can be a little bit rolled if you want, just to get that fun element to it. Maybe a pair of Chelsea boots with it, or you can have a little bit of fun with maybe some like a nice, I'm not talking about like a gym shoe, but like a sneaker slash walking shoe, and an over three-quarter leg coat or something like that. And you're having a little more fun with it. It's a bit more active, it's a bit more functional, and it's a bit more playful. And I think that it'll set the tone for even your date, because while you're walking around and you guys are having fun, because that's a bit more of a playful environment, like if you're at a wine festival or some sort of like event like that, where you're kind of walking around and you're sampling things and doing things, and you can have a little bit of fun. So I think your clothes should set the tone for that type of activity. And then now, for example, if you're transitioning that to the evening, if you want to, for example, keep that wool cotton crew neck or turtleneck as your base,
right,
and then throw on something a little more formal, like a blazer with a nice pair of slacks, with a bit more of a formal loafer or shoe for your evening component or your dinner part of that day, I think that's a nice way to transition, but you're still keeping the base, so it's still playful, and then you're going into your more formal kind of.
But even if it's formal, like, doesn't have to be like the
No,
like.
I'm not even talking about like shirts and like ties.
No, but even that blazer that you throw on your like crew neck or like turtleneck, it shouldn't have to be like the dark blues and blacks. You know what I mean? Like throw in a fun color.
So let's talk about that for a second, because I think color can be fun, but I also like as a guy in that environment, like I don't necessarily know that or think that you want to go down the color of Valentine's, the pinks and the reds, and I think it's like.
See,
to me that's tacky a little bit,
No, I'm not saying show up in a red blazer, but I mean they're like different.
You can put elements and maybe like a couple of accents that may have those colors in it.
Right, and again, at the same time, it also depends how formal your dinner is. Because
Sorry,
if
I'm
you're
assuming
doing
it's a very formal, like you're going to a nice like steakhouse or something like that, where you got to dress up.
So then we have to keep that in mind, though, that if we're going to something like super formal and the girl's wearing like a nice black dress and all that stuff, the activity prior to that has to still be easy for both, because you can't.
Yes, you got to be mindful. You got to be mindful of the female too, or your partner, because you don't want them to be in a situation where like, okay, well, now I got to change my whole outfit, and I don't know where and how I'm going to do that, because I need different earrings, I need different hairstyle, I need different shoes. Like, it's a lot for a girl to try to figure out if they're out somewhere already.
Exactly, and to be honest, like especially for like special occasions, and in this case Valentine's Day, guess what? Girls love dressing up for their dates. Like, we actually love doing the whole 6 hour, 4 hours thing, because you know what? It's fun seeing that expression on our date
So then
face.
do you think that double that what you mentioned, the activity and the dinner, is appropriate? Because for some girls that's a challenge. Like they're not in their element to do their hair the way they want to, or their makeup the way they want to. Because imagine if you're doing activity for 3-4 hours and then it's like, I'm going to go to dinner now. It's like, well, okay, I need somewhere to go change and put my makeup on and refresh and all that kind of stuff.
And again,
it's easier for a guy, obviously.
It really depends on the type of relationship you have, right? Like if it's a date or a guy you're just getting to know, then you like that pre-dinner activity might not be something very, strenuous. It could be like something like an art gallery type thing that leads into the dinner.
I think that's different too, because I think now if it's someone like, for example, it's a blind date, or it's low key, or someone you've just recently met, maybe you're just starting to hang out and now you're going out for Valentine's Day. I think that's also different. You may not end up doing like the expensive steakhouse as an option. You may do something a little more low key because you guys are getting to know each other. So I think that's again a different style of outfit and a different type of activity. You may still go to a dinner spot, but it may not be the formal
right
where you need that suit. So again, there's different ways you can dress that. Now, for example, if you're doing like the art gallery followed by dinner, where you may not have to change, right? You can still do a bit more of a casual dinner and the art gallery. Like, and for a guy from that perspective, I think there's so many ways you can dress it. Like I would personally do, for example, like a nice crew neck with a chino, and again, maybe not a blazer, but a nice overcoat that you can take off when you're sitting down. The overcoat will give you your added piece of edge when you're walking around and doing your activity. But then when you're sitting down, if you're taking off that overcoat and you're wearing a darker colored crew neck, or even a V-neck, or like a sweater of some sort, maybe even with a shirt underneath, like if you want to have a little bit of fun with it underneath the sweater, then it gives you a bit more formal look when you're sitting across the person, because all you're seeing is the sweater and the shirt, and then you can transition that outfit between both scenarios. So I think you're right. It gets a lot of it's based on where you're going and what type of activity or event you're doing.
Now, what if it's a couple? It's someone who's been with each other for a while, and Valentine's is still important or fun, and you know what? That's totally okay too. Sometimes it's just fun going along with these things. Now, if you've been with, let's say, your girlfriend for like, I don't know, 6 months now, and it's Valentine's Day.
It's a bit more serious. It's a bit more of a formal relationship. I think that's
how would you how would you want to plan, let's say, for example, the ideal Valentine's Day?
So for me, like, I'm the kind of person that I like to have a little bit of fun when I'm out too. So I like an activity with the dinner. So I like that. And like I said in the past, I've done that. Like I took a girl dating, and we went rock climbing first, and then we went out for dinner afterwards. So and we had a great time. And I always like to, if I can include an activity that makes sense for both, right? So one year I think I did dinner, and then I drove to Niagara to go to the casino. Like, But so you can't be wearing a suit when you're driving in the car for an hour and change, right? But I mean, it's good quality time. But my point to you is that I think that it's almost, as much as sometimes when you're trying to build a relationship, I think it's almost more fun to have fun on Valentine's Day with someone you have a longer term relationship with, because it helps keep that spark alive. It helps to rejuvenate the relationship a little bit. And, it shows obviously your significant other that you care and you're still into this, right? And then Valentine's, as much as you don't necessarily, I'm not a proponent of you need a specific day to show you care for someone, but it kind of helps it gives you a trigger to do that. So why not take advantage of it because it's there, right?
I mean,
take that time out to show them. And so for me, like, I would want to do something a bit more, like upscale, a bit more fun. Maybe it's not something you're going to do all the time, because sometimes in those longer term relationships, you get a little more relaxed.
Of course.
So you're not doing the fancy dinners as often. So maybe this is an opportunity to do that. Maybe you'll do the activities a bit more regularly. So it's like, hey, you know what? Do we have this chance? I'm going to splurge a little bit. I'm going to, make it a bit more of a fine dining experience, because that's not something we get to regularly do. I think a lot of it, like you said, is based on the type of relationship that you have. So it's a matter of finding the appropriate outfit. So I would love to have her have the opportunity to go do her hair during the day, get her makeup done, get her hair done. So because I mean, for a girl, those are important things. It makes her feel special and know that the guy still cares. Like, he wants those things for her in the relationship. And as the guy, take that time to show her that you care enough about yourself and the relationship that you want to put some time into getting ready and having that fresh look for that date night, especially if it's on Valentine's Day. Because to a lot of girls, it is very special. Spend that extra time to find the right outfit. Spend the extra time to find the right blazer. If you don't, it's an opportunity, for you to expand your wardrobe a little bit and go get yourself a new blazer or a new shirt and have some fun with it. And wear that out and give yourself, because it makes you feel good, and then you're gonna be more extra around her too, right? So I think from a long-term relationship standpoint, I think it's a great opportunity to do that. One of the things I was reading in one of the articles, this is actually we'll post it. It's from Express, and on their Valentine's Day men's guide, and they said that for Valentine's Day, they recommend not doing the pinks and reds as well, just like I was suggesting, but they said go with the sleek black and browns as the color for this year. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I mean, me personally, I'm someone who enjoys color. So
we're talking about like a formal layout, expensive restaurant.
You can still add color in a formal outfit, right?
I'm setting the tone, and then I want your thoughts on what you think about it as you eat your noodle.
I'm very spicy.
Yeah, it's great. Talk some more with your mouth. Great. So we're going to take a quick pause.
No,
Rashi is
I'm here.
Eating and laughing.
I have fun with my life, okay, guys? Whatever.
Okay.
So
here we go. So back to your formal date, and it's the recommendation from Express is sleek blacks and cool browns because it's warm and inviting. What are your thoughts? This is now specific to Valentine's Day.
You can still add.
And he's walking in with blue flowers. Keep that in mind.
Not flowers, blue roses. They're two very, very different things. Hey, don't whatever my style. I don't do that to you.
Blue roses, and a brown sweater.
Dear God.
And a black blazer.
Was he colorblind when he started getting ready?
I'm telling you what Express is telling me.
Okay, first of all, I personally do not like brown and blacks mixed a lot together. It's just not me. If you're gonna do the whole black thing, then do the full black thing. Like
brown and black can mix wonderfully together.
You know what? You're right. I've seen great combinations. Just me personally, I'm not a huge fan of it.
Fair enough.
So if you're coming to impress me, then please do not mix brown and black.
Okay.
Right? If you're gonna do the full black, look or whatever it is, as according to Express, I still feel that you can add elements of color, like your shirt or your sweater or your turtleneck can have those accents. It does not have to be bright. It can be muted, but I just don't want the basic, blue, brown,
so
black
what
stuff.
Do you want? You're going on a hot date for Valentine's Day. You're really looking forward to it. The guy shows up.
Well, okay, so mauve is my favorite color, huh?
And a loose T-shirt.
I'm walking out. I've done that. I've seen a guy dressed like a slob, and I've left.
Okay.
So yeah, that's not happening with me. Either you dress or don't show.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, okay. So again, it depends where we're going, right? If we're going to a very formal. So if it's a nice formal.
Let's break it down. Okay, well, first the guy's taking you to a formal, very high-end, expensive steakhouse.
Okay, yeah, okay, sure.
What is he wearing?
He
I'm
is.
gonna give you a different situation too, so you're gonna dress him differently. Go ahead. And gentlemen, this is from a lady's point of view, so start taking notes.
Yes, definitely get a bit formal. Like I do want the whole, blazer and flats and like formal shoes and stuff. But I do not want like a white and like a gray and all those and that color sweater or t-shirt or whatever.
Okay.
Add some color. Like I personally love mauve, like mauves and deep purples. Like those are my favorite colors. And on most men's skin tone, especially for night, it's like you guys look hot. It's very romantic.
You do like the darker colors, but not necessarily the browns. Like you want a bit of like the purples or like burgundies or like
exactly.
But the darker, warmer, inviting colors.
Yeah. So then that way we're still keeping in tone of the formal romantic environment without being like visually there's a huge pop of red or pink. You know what I mean?
So what you're also suggesting, from what I'm hearing, is don't wear the big bold prints.
Yeah. Don't do that. I think
so
sometimes.
Solids?
Yeah, solid and classy. You can never go wrong with that during like a high end, a formal dinner. Like you just can't go wrong with that. And I think that's where you like for someone who likes color. That way, I'm still getting that visual appeal of having a bit of color, having the guy dress well, and my blue roses, of course.
Of course.
And
so the blue roses we're going to keep as a constant in every scenario. So now you talked about the high end, expensive. Steakhouse kind of environment. I keep saying steakhouse, but what I'm trying to relate is as a high-end restaurant. Like it doesn't have to be a steakhouse, but that sort of formal environment. So let's step it down. So now let's talk about you're going out on the town for an evening with, for example, like a trendy, loungy type of restaurant, maybe followed by an evening of drinks at some sort of, let's call it the Shangri-La or, the Ritz, like somewhere nice and classy as well. What do you recommend for the guy to be wearing if he's taking you out with the blue roses?
No. I like have a feeling that we'll have a picture of like blue roses popping up all the time.
Roses. Now when you do the video, just have blue roses falling over Rashi's face the whole time.
And my noodles. I go semi-formal because if we are going to a place like Shangri-La afterwards, or if we are going to like a trendy restaurant.
You're starting off at like, for example, like, I'm not gonna like say specifically Moxie, but a trendy or a Cactus Club, like something trendy.
Yeah.
And fun. It's still light. But then you're going to end off with drink somewhere else.
Semi-formal, so it doesn't have to be like slacks or like things like that. It could even be like dark denims actually, and I've seen men do that. I've seen men wear tapered dark denims or like cropped pants even, but like the longer version for winter obviously, with like a sports jacket type of vibe. Again, it all depends on the color, all depends on the print. I would still keep it solid.
What do you think about in that scenario for the guy putting on, say, for example, like a crop pair of pants with like that has a bit of a roll or like a little bit higher than ankle with a blazer, but like even like a striped T-shirt or something underneath.
I mean, the
and like for example the whites, like the white walking shoes.
Yeah, like
Would you be okay with that in this environment?
I'd be okay with that. I just don't want the striped T-shirt inside. I just want something more solid because what happens with that solid color, depending on the color as well of your jacket, it still sets that semi-formal tone without the guy being uncomfortably dressed.
So your solids. What colors are you recommending? So you wanted the darker purples, burgundies in the really formal evening out. So if it's a bit more relaxed,
you can go a bit brighter and trendy. That's fine.
Yeah,
100%.
You could throw on maybe a lighter. It doesn't have to be. It can be more of a violet than maybe a darker purple. It can work too.
Yeah.
So guys, again, it depends on the environment. You want to make sure, like, if you're having a bit more of a trendy, fun night, you can go a little bit lighter with the colors. Have some more fun with the colors. They don't have to be as more that dark look. Whereas in the evening, the very formal evening out, like even if you're not wearing a shirt and you're doing a sweater, you keep it dark, warm, inviting colors. Not necessarily brown, like some color, but something that's going to be inviting, but it gives that classier, more elegant look.
Yeah, because I mean, again, if the whole idea that it is Valentine's and you do want to dress up a little bit because your date's putting in that effort too, right, and all that things, like you still want to look like you still want to look semi-formal, but I would love my date to be comfortable.
So are you okay with the guy wearing the white?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Or
like
is it more like you want a Chelsea boot or a bit of
no. The white shoes, like with that particular look, That's also a bit more my vibe anyways.
Right.
So I'm totally fine with that.
Okay. So now let's break it down. So we've done the evening. So let's just say, for example, it's not an evening. It's you guys are planning a daytime thing because that's just the way.
Why is it like? Why is this my date happening?
I'm giving my opinions too.
So just for the record, I also realized that I said a lot of mauves and purples apparently.
That's fine. That's fine. Actually, before we go into daytime thing, let's take a little bit of a break. We're gonna go watch these two fine, good-looking people give you a quick message about our own podcast.
Hey guys, we're taking a quick break just to remind you where you can find our podcast online.
You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Tunes.
Apple Music, but you know it, you call it Apple Tunes.
Whatever.
Right. You can also find us on TuneIn, on Google Play, and of course Instagram when we do it the first Tuesday of every month.
And Facebook here and there.
Here and there.
Here and there.
So thanks for tuning in, and now back to our podcast.
And we are back. Congratulations to those fine, young, good-looking people.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 1 year success in their podcast.
It's coming up.
Okay, so now the guy's taking you on a day date. It's not an evening date. It's during the day. It's let's call it a brunch onwards for the afternoon. For whatever reason, you guys are only time you guys can go out. What is your recommendation on what he should be wearing and how he should be dressing? He's still bringing you blue roses.
Are we doing something after the brunch?
Yeah, why not? Like, I mean, it could be like an activity or something, like your academy or something like that. But it's it's in the day. It's not an evening now. So this is starting off with a brunch and then it's leading into the afternoon. Whatever reason, that's just the timing that's working out for you guys. So what does he wear?
Casual.
What's casual? Explain that.
No, my mouth was full, but let's see.
There's so many jokes I can make right now. So many jokes.
That came out wrong.
If Nav just pan the camera up just a little bit, you'd see where this joke was gonna go.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
We can't tell you what that's all about right now. Rashi's laughing because she knows who we're referring to.
And I think my face just went like 1,000 shades of red.
Yeah. Is your mouth not full anymore?
We can continue with your mouth not full.
Yeah.
Okay, so casual. Like,
Don't look at the pictures. Tell us what you like. You've been doing very good at it so far. I'm very impressed.
I'm just trying to picture a day date. Like, that's new to me.
Yeah. So he's taking you to brunch.
Really? Brunch? Valentine's?
You guys couldn't work out the evenings. Both of you had something already pre-committed. It's fine.
Okay, but really, like brunch for Valentine's Day? That's a weekend thing.
Go with the program for a minute. Some people don't have the luxury of going on the evening, so let's help them out with some ideas.
I know, guys. I'm just being a jackass.
Right now.
Yeah, because it's so much fun seeing his reaction. Like, I get a thrill of it. It's like entertainment for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Your mouth is not full. Oh god, the ball over here flickers back again.
So if it's like a casual date thing,
A bit more casual. So what is he wearing? You guys are going up for brunch and then you're walking to the eating center like losers. Go.
wow.
You picked up a winner. Let's go.
Okay. Anyways, so shirt, sweater type thing, definitely. Again, I'm fine with like chinos or again dark denims. And when I say jeans, like for me, the dark denims still become very, very important even in the day because that adds that touch of I put some effort for a date type of thing.
Gotcha. Does it have to be a denim? What if it's like there's so many different styles of pants now, not just
It could be like
you can have fun with your style.
like flats, like you have
plaid,
the
or
plaid or like something
stripes.
printed,
Yeah.
striped, even hold on. There's one that I've seen. It's like a really nice gray with light white checks on them, like big blots on them, and I actually like that. It's very light though. It's not like very in your face. It's very subtle. I think that's also very hot on a guy if he dresses well, especially if they're tall. Hi, I'm 5'8", guys, so just raise the height there.
Raise the height there.
No, meaning like I want a 6 foot over.
So when you raise the height, like the guy's tall, he's not tall. You can't raise his height.
What, is it over heels?
Meaning like I don't want short guys.
Okay. So gentlemen, if you're gonna approach Rashi and you're under 5'8", please make sure you wear heels.
Or just don't approach me.
Yeah.
How about that?
Rashi has some heels. You can borrow her heels too. You have to share heels.
Shut up.
She has massive feet. You guys can show her.
I don't have massive feet.
Rashi's foot size is a size 10 in men.
It's not. It's actually not.
So you can
I'm
definitely
gonna kill you.
So, okay, so some of my thoughts, and I think, you know, I mentioned this earlier, but I think, yes, I think you're gonna go,
Oh, and a hat.
oh my god.
Throw in something fun. Like if we're doing brunch and like going to an art gallery, like throw in that like artsy,
And
preppy vibe.
not a fedora, like there's like a nice brimmed hat, like with like a nice round brim. I think it's kind of fun. It's different. Or you want to wear like, yeah, throw that hat over here.
Wait, no, not that hat. That's my hat.
Oh, 1 second. So gentlemen, you can wear this.
No.
With Rashi's. You can borrow it along with your heels.
I look very cute, by the way.
So now for me, like I think this is a good opportunity to wear the 3/4 length like coat, or like, you know, just below the waist, if you have a double-breasted like below the waist coat, and then pop something with it, whether it's like a printed pant. I would recommend keeping the top a bit solid, because if your day extends to the evening somehow, and you do have to sit across the table and you want a bit more formal environment, so you have the easy transition. Have some fun with the shoes. You could wear the whites, you could wear the Chelseas, you could wear a bit more of a casual walking shoe, and flow the outfit. And I think this is a good opportunity for you to bring out some of the elements that you can't bring out in the evening, right? If you want to do a lighter color top, you can still do that too. You want to do that dark, like Rashi is recommending, the dark denim to keep it still a bit more date-esque, do that. This is also a good opportunity if you have, for example, like a nice printed shirt, because it's daytime, and you don't want to tuck it in, but it's still a fitted, trendy shirt that goes with a nice dark pair of jeans, and you're wearing it in the daytime. You can still have a little bit of fun with it, and still keep it more casual, but still have that look for it, right? And this is, again, I'm not, and this is not about, like, you could do this as a tall, skinny guy. You could do this as a shorter, round guy. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I think these types of things can work for any.
Oh yeah, jokes aside, it does work for all body types and all heights.
Like, I mean, if you're smaller or like rounder guy, maybe don't roll with the jeans,
because that will make you look shorter.
Yeah, you want to give that length. So I mean, like, you gotta know your body type, to know how to work the types of clothes, and obviously give us a shout. We can give you some ideas if it's something specific you're looking for. But I think this is your opportunity to be like, you know, chic or trendy casual. Wear that shirt, but wear it out. You don't have to tuck it in because it's not evening. You know, you can have a little more fun with it. And if you want, like, some people like to wear the shirt out, and, like, you know, if it's not too long, you can still wear a V-neck or crew neck sweater on top of it and have the shirt hanging out underneath. Because again, it's daytime.
Right. So that works. Yeah.
But again, make it look neat. You don't want it to look sloppy and
just so
the shirt can't be baggy. And
exactly. So my only thing is going to be that when men do daytime day looks, like you just mentioned, just make sure you're tidy about it. It's very easy to look untidy and sloppy and like you didn't care.
Yeah, you still gotta look tidy and look the part. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put up 3 articles in our description, so you can take a look. One's gonna be what to wear on Valentine's Day, the Express from the Express, the clothing company, their guide. Valentine's Day outfits to turn your heads and steal hearts, and 15 stylish men's Valentine's Day outfit ideas. So you can get some visuals. Some of them are very similar to some of the things we were discussing. Some of them are different. You get some ideas, but I mean, you can get the idea from some of the things that we mentioned as well.
Yeah.
So those visuals will be in the links and the description of all of our streaming sites and or Facebook as well as YouTube. You can click on those. Any last words from you, Ms. Bindra?
No, I'm still eating.
You're eating the whole time.
Okay, but on a serious note,
she didn't slurp, which is fantastic.
Why would I slurp? I know how to eat noodles. Dear God.
Continue.
Just guys, in terms of Valentine's Day, if you're planning the whole long, fun, romantic day, whether it is for your partner, whether you're just getting to know someone, you know, like, just keep in mind that women do love seeing well-dressed men. Keep your personalities in it though. Like, please don't please do not like do, because that's gonna show, and that just makes the whole date very awkward.
Very.
And then the girl starts going like, well, what did I do? You know what I mean? So it's just messy. So just like avoid that.
Yeah.
Other than that, you know, have fun. Like, get the romance, the spark in, and if you're getting to know someone, enjoy that moment.
So I think I'll end up with saying, like, I think this is, for guys, yes, Valentine's Day sometimes can be stressful, but I think treat it as an opportunity to, as Rashi said, have some fun with it. And treat yourself a little bit. Like, as much as you're there to treat your partner, if you're treating yourself, you're going to enjoy it, and you're going to be able to have more fun with your partner and make their experience better too. So
100%.
Get that up. Yeah, it's a little bit of money. You know what? You're doing it one time in a year. Go out there, buy maybe a new outfit, or buy a new blazer, or buy a new piece of article of clothing you can add into your outfit to have some fun with it, so you feel fresh and you feel, you know, like a new person when you're going out too. Because if you're in that mindset, you're going to make your experience better and make that person's experience better. So that's my final thought. We will put up those links. You have some ideas if you're planning your outfits, and I think that's it.
Yeah, man, this is great.
All right, so this is your host Sethi. Thank you for tuning in.
And Stylist Rashi Bindra.
We will see you next week.
Hey guys, thank you for watching that podcast or that video. If you like what you hear and you want to hear more of us and see some of our behind the scenes stuff, subscribe below.
Yes, hit that little red, button thingy that's over there and hit subscribe and keep following us for a lot more cool, fun stuff.
Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you soon.